Futures trading involves substantial risk of loss and may not be suitable for all investors.
Good morning. It's Monday, February 26th, about 6 a.m. Central Time. Overnight, the precious metals are weaker after Friday's late day rally. We've got April gold down $8 at $20.40. March silver down 46 cents, $22.52. We'll be rolling over to May, so we'll only be quoting March probably one more time. Your May silver down 44 cents, $22.74. I really have been waiting for a dip below 23 on the May contract before entering into that market, as I perceive it getting back into a value zone. Looking at your copper market, down 5 at 384. So something perhaps might have happened over in China in the overnight for that type of material weakness. And then your April platinum down $17 at 892. So a lot of these markets dipping down to some critical levels of support here. And this week, I believe that a lot of these support levels will be tested and we'll have some volatility, as it is a heavy data week. So top of the agenda will be the PCE index. That's the Fed's preferred metric for inflation. Expectations are to show a small uptick in inflation, reaffirming that the Fed has this bumpy road for the path of interest rates. We'll also have new home sales, Dallas Fed manufacturing, and more Fed speakers. Now, looking at the equity markets, taking a small breather, they've been up 6 out of the last 7 weeks. And really, I think investors in that side of things are kind of over the interest rate debate here. So the focus that they've had was the earnings growth, where 90% of the companies have reported profits are 5% higher than the last quarter and also 8% ahead of the estimates. You got GDP at 3.3%, unemployment at 3.7%. So on the equity side, I think that they've really got kind of a perfect storm going on at the moment. Now back to the metals markets, we've got the dollar index down about 18 ticks right now. We've also got 2-year treasury yields just a bit softer here, and no real move up here in the precious metals. So something is definitely amiss at the moment here. Again, I reaffirm that I believe that we're getting back down to some critical levels of support. Now looking at the gold market, that level of support, 2023, that's your 200-day moving average right there. The 50-day moving average, 2052. We came up, got real close to that here on the Friday trading session. And then your trend reversal point is going to be 2059. So we get a close over 2059. You get the next session to move higher through 2065, which has been a critical level of resistance for quite some time. The bull market should take care of itself at that point in time. Now, silver, it's really all about the resistance right now. You've got a number of things. The 50-day moving average, 2318. Trend reversal point, 2348. 200-day moving average at 2346. So support is really your perception of value. I think the 22 level is kind of just another critical level in the sand, but I think it's also a spot where we would, as retail investors in the silver market, start to layer and stack in. That's why I like the 1,000-ounce contract on the silver market. So really, if you're trading precious metals and you're wondering why there isn't a rally, I think that the questions to ask yourself are, how important are ETF inflows into those precious metals? So if you flip to a different asset class, and a lot of people don't like it, but it's the cryptocurrencies, you look at Bitcoin and you also look at Ethereum. Ethereum's making new 52-week highs. Also, Bitcoin had come off of those 52-week highs and consolidating right now. But the reason why I mentioned how important are the ETF inflows is when you see that since the Bitcoin ETF approval, about $5 billion over the course of 5 weeks has gone into that market. We haven't seen anything close to that. The GLD hasn't seen anything like that since 2004 when the product was first invented. And then also on the silver market, how important is solar stocks? Solar stocks are under heavy pressure. They're one of the most shorted sectors by the hedge funds right now. And does that weigh in on silver prices? So these are just questions to ask yourself. They're not things that I'm going to really dissect too much into, but there are some observations that I'm seeing here. Now, looking at the other markets here, you do have the oil market correcting about $2. Not sure if that's something that was geopolitical on Friday. Maybe they're making some progress over in on the war over in the Middle East. Not sure. Been out of touch here last few days with this conference we were at all last week. And then finally, One market I do have to address. Look at a chart of cocoa. You wanna laugh at something. That thing is exploded higher. So kind of out the gate here. But you got any questions? Give me a call. Love to talk to you. You're gonna be back at it. I think we're gonna be attacking a lot of these precious metals from the long side here with this sell-off that we have right now. 2% down in silver. Your March contract's going to roll over to May. Also, that copper market, we'll start looking at that a little bit lower in the lower 380s. And then I think platinum is at getting to some decent value levels as well. That's a 50-ounce contract. Every $1 move is $50. So you got any questions, give me a call, 312-858-7303. Remember, futures option trading does involve risk loss. May not be suitable to all investors. Good luck, good trading.